Living paycheck to paycheck is stressful, and it can cause a lot of tension in your relationship with your partner. And if you're not in a relationship and you're doing it all on your own, you're a single mama and you're living paycheck to paycheck, then I can understand that financial burden on your shoulders, because I've been there too. Now, if you don't know me, my name is Rachel and I help mamas make money online from home. So personally, I know how hard it is to live paycheck to paycheck, and the amount of stress it can cause is overwhelming. So I even remember having to call up and ask for extension on some of my bills because I just couldn't afford them in time. I didn't want to incur that fee that came along when you pay your bills late. And, that was stressful. And even when I was a single mother and I had a mortgage on my own, I had to put up a room in my house for rent so that I could afford everything. And at the time, it wasn't ideal, but it was the only thing I could do. Even though I had a small child in the home, but I did find someone reliable and trustworthy to live with me. And then she turned out to be one of my really good friends. But, what I'm saying is I know how hard it is. And even in past relationships that I've had, money has always been a big thing. I think it is in pretty much every relationship. And if there's not enough of it and you're struggling as a couple, your problems are amplified. And, I also grew up in a family where money was really tight. And I saw the stress that this caused my parents and the conflict that arose all the time, and they were constantly fighting. And because of that made me feel anxious all the time. I hated when my parents fought, but I can just clearly remember that it was always about money. And maybe you're even like me and had the same issue growing up as well. So, we can sit here and pretend that money isn't a big part of life, but the fact is, it is. And our society is run on money, and you need it. You need it to survive, basically. Unless you've got a block of land and you go live off-grid somewhere and you're growing your own vegetables and fruit and you're living off the land. But, for most of us, that's just not something that we can do. So what if there was a way that you could stop living paycheck to paycheck and finally have that financial stress on your shoulders lifted? Would you be interested in learning how you could do this? Because if you are looking for a way to stop living paycheck to paycheck, geez, my son, then make sure you give me a follow and drop me the comment how below. Because I have a super beginner-friendly way for mums to make money online from home, and it's helping lots of mums stop living paycheck to paycheck and finally get savings into their account. So they're finally starting to have some financial freedom. So like I said, give me a follow if you'd like that to be you too. Bye, mamas.